Okay, people. Apparently, because people come along, restate your beliefs word for word, and then completely mess your shit up when doing it, it is wiser to post your position in writing than to say it in spaces. So, I'm doing that now. Here are my beliefs. Please note these are beliefs, not facts, or financial, legal, or any other advice. I could always be wrong, except for this first part. First and foremost, I would like to preface by saying that Rosa Tawil is a brilliant, bright, capable, and tenacious attorney. Most importantly, she is a wonderful, kind person who loves people from all backgrounds, including Jewish people, by the way. Rosa has a passion and energy for life that is infectious. For the record, there is no way in the world that I'm wrong about that. Secondly, and I have said this for weeks now, ask Marduk, FINRA hitting the U3 halt button with 2 days left to trade, while on the surface seems predatory and in direct contradiction to their stated goal of protecting retail investors, was absolutely necessary. Don't hate me. We good? Still friends? Okay. I believe this because FINRA knew that the DTCC had absolutely no way of knowing what the total number of shares each of the 105 broker-dealers involved in MMTLP were going to be requesting. Subsequently, if there are any naked shorts, counterfeit shares, tort shorts, or illegal MMTLP shorts, that one in particular is important, that need to be reconciled, FINRA knew that there was no way for the brokers, market makers, short hedge funds, and boogeymen to know how many shares they would have to buy in order to reconcile. So FINRA hits the U3 halt button, again, 2 days before the trading is done, and waits. Here comes the mighty force from the south to be reckoned with, known as Rosa Tawil, swooping in like a superhero with her lovable cat Sashimi in tow. More on that later. Rosa slaps the absolute dog shit out of FINRA with a brilliantly written motion seeking equitable relief, not money. So Rosa basically says to FINRA, yo bitch, you owe me my 2 days. Give me that shit or I'm gonna open your books and kick you in the danger with extreme prejudice. Time goes by and people bug out. They are calling their brokers, AST, and every single alphabet agency in the history of the United States' existence to file complaints in the most pissed off way possible. I believe one banana head that we all love may have even called someone who shares the same name as a person who may or may not be central to how the MMTLP security was created. All of this is understandable, except for the banana head. Hell, Christmas came and went. And some guys couldn't get the G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip for their kid, and their wives weren't gonna want to make no love to them because they ain't got no money. Watch the movie Trading Places. Then, in the midst of all this misery where no one got no lovin', FINRA responds with an opposition to Rosa's motion. Note, their response was not a motion to dismiss, it was an opposition. More on that later. This opposition was basically a piece of Andrew's Disneyland food poisoning ass-wiped toilet paper that says, yo, Yana, come on, man. People can't sue us for money. What the fuck? This is important. While all the MMTLP investors panic and lay in wait, praying to their pictures of sashimi that Judge Hinkle will rule in Rosa's favor, the broker-dealers begin totaling up this whole mess and sending in their share demands. DTCC then turns around, totals up everything, and sets aside or sends, nobody knows the truth, Amanda, the brokers an allotment of shares that is proportionate to whatever they have available. Let's assume there was 100 shares available to allot amongst only 2 brokers instead of 105 for the sake of simplicity. Broker A, let's call them Smellity, requests 600 shares. And broker B, let's call them Stink Trade, requests 400 shares. That is a total of 1,000 shares requested. Whoa! DTCC says, listen, you 2 useless idiots, we don't have 1,000 shares, we have 100 shares. So this is what we're gonna do. Smellity, here, you take these 60 shares, and Stink Trade, you take these 40 shares, and the both of you useless dipshits go buy back the rest of the shares from retail. Fuck you very much. Have a nice day. DTCC notifies FINRA that all of the brokers now know the amount of shorts that they need to reconcile, and FINRA then comes out to announce the U3 halt is lifted. They then state that it was instituted because the legal shorts needed to be counted after the share amounts were allotted so that they could then be reconciled in order to get 165.5 million shares on the bus to Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. This way, FINRA admits to no alleged naked shorts, counterfeit, or torch shorts, if they exist. And that wheel just keeps right on spinning with all the other small caps. On the surface, FINRA seems to have protected retail and the establishment players from getting their asses sent to jail at the same time. This is a true magic trick indeed. If they open trading with one ticker or multiple tickers that reconcile back to one origin point, is yet to be revealed. What FINRA is really saying, however, between the lines by lifting the halt is, alright, you pissant MMTLP cult motherfuckers, here go your 2 trading days, you got us, but savor the flavor because this shit ain't never happening again. Now, go right ahead and fuck off. Exactly 4.5 seconds after lifting the halt, FINRA files a motion to dismiss, because they were only allowed to file one at this stage of the legal process. FINRA's motion essentially says, Yo, Yana, we gave this genius vigilante exactly what she asked for. Get her off our ass before she fucks around and finds something incriminating on us, homie. What then follows is the swiftest kick in the nether regions that the establishment has ever felt from the retail traders in the history of ever. All of the brilliant people that did their due diligence, made the right trade, and felt like they got burned, rightfully so, finally got their doski. G.I. Joe gets sold out, more babies are made, some of them are named Meta, and the greedy buffoons with million-dollar sell orders become lifelong partners in a fantastic company which holds a perpetual lease on 137,000 acres that may or may not be home of the largest onshore oil discovery since the 1970s, until the asset is sold. Those that made their money take a trip to Vegas. Ollie and Gray are forced to get wasted to the point of inebriation by all the Americans that love them. Smokey continues to get high off his ass on his YouTube channel as he continues to dig for conspiracy, both respective to this ticker and beyond. Marduk can finally go a week with normal sleep and not fighting with his roommate. I love you, Marduk. The bird lady proceeds to try to solve pi for the first time in human history because her math skills are just delicious. And Andrew, the not hedge fund owner and not market maker, proceeds to delete all mentions of MMTLP from his Twitter feed with the exception of this letter because he never asked for this shit in the first place. But he is grateful for all the people that have been so kind to him and even wishes his haters blessings from whatever deity they believe in at the same time. As for our beloved Rosa, Rosa is forever hailed as a hero to the retail community until the day the stock markets go kaplop. A life-size bronze statue is erected in her honor at the home offices of Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, and she goes on to do amazing things in the world, both in her profession and outside. One or two goofballs who think that they are Sherlock Holmes and Watson and are obsessed with Rosa also move close to the statue so that they can worship it for the rest of their lives. And let's not forget Sashimi. Oh, our dear mascot Sashimi. Sashimi goes on to be the most successful animal artist in the history of the universe, and he even gets his own lifelong exhibit at the Feline Museum of Art, which was erected in his honor. He then gets cloned roughly 85,000 times so that every MMTLP holder can love him and kiss him forever and ever until death do they part. This is what I believe, this is what I hope, and this is what I pray will happen for everyone. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I a market maker or hedge fund. Up yours. By the way, Kyber is the man. I hope I have offended many of you. I say that with love. Thank you, fuck you, and goodbye.